Okay, this is a short one, but it can be a little bit confusing. Right here, we have three variables as opposed to just one, a v, a b, and an h. This is what is known as a literal equation, okay? A literal equation means you're going to write an equation for the h, okay? But you're not going to be able to find what number the h equals. You're basically trying to get h by itself, okay? So go make a line on the side of the h and mark in your operation. So 1/3 b, that means times b, bh means times h. So we have this bit, we have two multiplications right in a row. So I circled the whole product right there. There's three factors instead of just two. Now we want to write the equation. We want to get the h by itself. Now to get rid of multiplication, we just divide, okay? Now I want the h. I'm going to circle the h kind of. So I need to divide by the 1/3 and the b at the same time. Just put 1/3 b. Then I go over here and divide by 1/3 b. So you line up your equals. Now the 1/3, the times 1/3 and divide by 1/3 cancel. The times b, divide by b cancel. And that leaves me with just h. Now over here you're going to make a line, okay? Now, you need something to divide by 1/3, so you're going to put a 1 there, okay? So you're going to divide 1 by 1/3, okay? And it's 3, because how many thirds go into 3? There'd be 3, okay? Just like how many fourths go into 4, there'd be 4. How many fives go into, or excuse me, that didn't make any sense. How many thirds go into 1? 3. How many fourths go into 1? 4. Okay, how many fifths go into 1/5 go into 1? 5. Okay, so you got 3, and we place that on top. Okay, now we can't divide v by v by b because we don't know what those values are. So what I do is I just put a v in the numerator and a b in the denominator. Okay, and now h is by itself. Okay. All right, next one. X equals 1/4. Write an equation for m. That means I got to get m by itself. So I go make a 1 on the m side. I've got times, and that's also times. Okay, now you got to look at what you're solving for. Now it's all multiplication. Now I want to get the m by itself. So I circle the m. So I get rid of the times 1/4 by dividing by 1/4 and the times h by dividing by h. Okay, I think that's an n, isn't it? We're going to say it's an N. We're going to say it's an H. Okay, looks like an H. Looks like it could be an H or an N. We'll say it's an H. Okay, so I come over here and divide by 1/4 H. Okay. Now what happens over here is the times 1/4 and divide by 1/4 cancel, and the 8 times H divide by H cancel, and that's M. Okay. Now to divide over here, you're going to take 1 divided by 1/4, okay? So it's going to be 4. Because how many 1/4s go into 1? There'd be 4. So I put a 4 in the numerator. Now there's still an x and an h. I can't divide those, so I just put x over h. Okay, there we go. Now m is by itself. Okay, write a literal equation for d. That means we have to get d by itself. So d's over here. It's got a times c, a times d. Okay, d's over here. Okay, so it's all multiplication. So I get rid of the multiplication through division. Okay, now I'm trying to get d by itself. So I'm going to put a little circle in the circle with d. So I'm going to divide by 1/8. And I need to divide by c. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. 1/8 c. So what happens on this side is the times 1/8 divide by 8 cancel, then the factors of c cancel, and then I'm left with d by itself. Now, first thing I do is I take 1 divided by 1/8. Notice how 1 divided by 1/3 was 3, 1 divided by 1/4 was 4. 1 divided by 1/8 is probably going to be 8. Okay, 8. Now you still got the m and the c. Now you can't divide those, so you just put m next to the 8 over c. Okay. There you have it. Now you have the equation where d is by itself. Okay, write an equation for z. Okay, so that means we got to get z by itself. We're not going to be able to find what number it equals because there's other variables within the equation. So z's over here, so it's got times and times, so it's got all multiplication. There's no adding and subtracting going on, so that's all one term right there. Now I need to get z by itself, so I'm going to divide by 1/2, and I'm going to divide by y. Okay, so, and I do over here, I got to divide the same thing, 1/2 y. So the times 1/2 divided by 1/2 cancel, times y divided by y cancel, leaving me with just my z. Now over here, 1 divided by 1/2 is going to be 2. Okay. How many halves go into 1? There'd be 2. Now we can't divide the x by the y because we don't have those values, so I put an x next to the 2 over a y under there. So 2x divided by y, 2 times x divided by y equals z.